By looking at these players, have you thought how they became worldwide stars? In this channel, we are explaining biggest stars, childhoods, lifestyles, and a lot more. Make sure to smash that subscribe button and turn that notifications on, so you won't miss out on new bangers. So little Steph Curry, born in Akron, Ohio, growing up in a house where basketball was the family business. His dad, Del Curry, was out there swishing threes like it was no big deal, and Steph, well, he was just trying to swish his veggies past the dinner table unnoticed. Steph's love for basketball started before he could even pronounce crossover. Del taught him the art of the quick release because, let's be honest, Steph was so small that if he took too long, the defender might have time to file his taxes before blocking the shot. So, after high school, all the big college programs looked at Steph and said, yeah, he's good, but does he come in a larger size? Fearless, Steph headed to Davidson College, a small school that probably couldn't believe their luck. There, he turned into a basketball horror show, scaring the daylights out of every team that underestimated him. By his sophomore year, he was dragging Davidson to the Elite Eight like a one-man wrecking crew, leaving opponents to wonder if maybe the skinny kid had made a deal with the devil. Draft night, 2009, Steph gets picked 7th by the Golden State Warriors. Not too shabby, right? But still, people were doubting him, questioning, can he handle the big leagues? Basically, they were betting on his ankles snapping like cheap twigs under the weight of NBA expectations. But then came the ankle issues. His ankles were about as sturdy as wet spaghetti, and he spent more time rehabbing than playing. There was talk that the Warriors might trade him because who needs a broken baller when you can have, I don't know, someone who can walk without crutches. Steph wasn't about to let his ankles write the end of his story. He hit the gym, beefed up, and tweaked his game to protect those fragile joints. And then, he started raining threes like it was monsoon season. His shot was so smooth, it made Butter jealous. The Warriors went from being a trash team to a basketball juggernaut. Thanks to Steph, he became a two-time MVP, led the Warriors to multiple championships, and turned the entire NBA into a three-point shooting contest. His doubters? They were too busy picking their jaws up off the floor. But let's not forget the sacrifices. Steph gave up a lot of time with family, any semblance of a normal life, and possibly the ability to feel anything in his ankles. He spent more time in the trainer's room than a hypochondriac in a doctor's office. The guy went through so many surgeries and rehab sessions, he could probably perform them in his sleep. At one point, it seemed like his NBA career might end with him starring in an ankle brace commercial instead of winning MVP awards. But Curry's resilience was like something out of a horror movie. Just when you think he's down for the count, he pops back up, more terrifying than ever. He didn't just survive the NBA, he became its boogeyman, the guy who haunts every defender's nightmares. And that, my friend, is how Steph Curry went from being the scrawny kid with the brittle ankles to the NBA's most feared sharpshooter, proving that sometimes the scariest things come in small packages. Welcome to Stephen Curry's Atherton Mansion, a place so luxurious, it makes the word mansion feel inadequate. Nestled in the absurdly wealthy town of Atherton, California, this sprawling estate sits on a property so large you could lose a few Ferraris in the backyard and not even notice. The mansion, which cost a casual $31 million, was built recently enough that the paint's barely dry, around 2019. First off, the house is in Atherton, where the neighbors are probably billionaires who keep their gold bars as doorstops. The driveway, long enough to rethink every life choice as you approach. The mansion's exterior is modern and sleek, with more glass than an art museum and just as much pretension. If you were planning to sneak in unnoticed, good luck, those security cameras are probably watching you breathe. Step inside, and you're greeted by a foyer so grand, you might think you accidentally walked into a luxury hotel. The chandelier here could double as a medieval torture device, and the marble floors, they're there to remind you that slipping and falling here would probably cost you more than your medical insurance covers. The living room is an open concept space where you can lose yourself literally. The sofas are plush enough to swallow you whole, and there's a fireplace that's never been used because, let's face it, the only thing hotter than this house is Curry's shooting percentage. The kitchen is a chef's dream and a microwave dinner eater's worst nightmare. State-of-the-art appliances, a massive island, and enough counter space to prepare a feast for an army or to just lay out your Postmates order like royalty. Step into Stephen Curry's bathroom. This isn't just a bathroom, it's a spa, and probably larger than your first apartment. And the mirror is so large it probably shows your soul, along with every bad decision you've ever made. The backyard is the crown jewel, an infinity pool that taunts you with its perfect edges, and a lawn so immaculate it probably requires sacrifices to maintain. There's also an outdoor kitchen, because who doesn't need a second place to not cook? And that's Stephen Curry's mansion, a place so nice you might forget how many ankles had to suffer to build it.